Right, Unit 2, Section 4. Declutter electronics. Now we're moving to decluttering electronics. You can do this step while decluttering your room if you want. Honestly, I think decluttering electronics should have probably been the very first step. But you can do this at the same time as you're decluttering because it makes sense. You can do this at the same time as everything else. Unlike the other units, this part doesn't have to be followed in a strict order. Well, Section 3 didn't also have to be followed in a strict order. They're more of tips. You don't have to complete every single step in this section to move on. Do what works for you. So you want to start with your phone. We're going to start with the phone because it's the smallest device. But it also causes the biggest amount of problems in your life. Even when you're not addicted to your phone, you still have it on you 24/7 of the day. Well, most of the time. And let's be honest. If you're this deep into this video, or if you're this deep, that's what she said, into watching these units of Unit 1 and Unit 2 and then units after this, if you're this deep into this video, you probably need help cutting back on technology. Because I was once a user of technology. I mean, I'm still am, but I used to be addicted to my phone. But now I cut back a lot. I was in the same place before, so no judgment. Technology is both a blessing and a curse. It helps us instantly navigate, communicate, and stay entertained throughout the day. But if you overuse it, it will drain your time and attention. Alright, step 1, I had to get my phone. Step 1 is optional, just like as well with any of these other steps, these are optional. But I wanted this to be step 1 because start with what you can see. When you open your phone, what's your wallpaper? When I started self-improvement, before when I started self-improvement, mine was a dumb SpongeBob meme, like it was a dumb meme. And then I got into self-improvement. I started to see things a bit differently, blah, 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 spiritual awakening, blah, blah, blah. I changed it to a picture of my dog, and it's still a picture of my dog. I've been using this picture for a couple of years. Oh, come on, it's not opening. Usually when I do that, it opens. Like when you pick it up. Sorry. I've been using this picture for about a couple of years. Before this picture, I used another picture of my dog, but I changed it to this one. Changing your wallpaper is a fast, free way to feel like you're starting fresh. Going back to Section 1 of Unit 2, when you get your first buzz cut, or when you get a drastic hair color or get a different hairstyle, it feels more of a rebirth. You can do this on your computer desktop as well. It's like step 1 of Unit 2, again, shaving your head. A small change can give you a mental reset. It's important to declutter your electronics, because if you're decluttering your room, you should also declutter your electronics, because we live in 2025. Well, at the time you're watching this, it's going to be 2026. Technology is always going to be around us. You need to surround yourself with your goals. And, just for me, I don't know about my patients out there, but for me, when I open my phone and there's a dumb, SpongeBob meme, what does that reflect into my personality? When all of my apps are disorganized, I'll talk about that literally in step 2. But when your phone is disorganized, your mind is disorganized as well. You can change your screensaver to whatever is meaningful to you. I changed it to my dog because my dog means the world to me. I have 2 dogs, but for some reason I haven't really got the chance to change this wallpaper because my dog Scooby, I got him last June, actually. And Candy, she's been my wallpaper, that Pacific photo, for about a couple years. Again, changing your wallpaper is optional. Like, for example, my computer desktop, The wallpaper is of Tom Holland, Spider-Man, No Way Home. There's a scene in the movie where, I don't want to spoil the movie, but there's a scene where something bad really, really happens to Spider-Man, and he sits on this ledge looking at Times Square in the rain, and it's a beautiful, beautiful scene. The screensaver doesn't look that aesthetic because it's in like 480 quality, but in the movie itself, the scene itself looked completely aesthetic in terms of color grading. It's my favorite scene. I chose this wallpaper because I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Superman are my favorite superheroes of all time. So I thought it'll be a good change of pace for my phone to have a dog and my computer to have Spider-Man. Alright, step 2, is to delete apps that you haven't used on your phone in 3 months. This is a simple rule. If you haven't opened an app in the last 3 months, delete it. I just say 3 months because it seems like a good timeline. I mean, for me, if you haven't opened it in a couple months, then it's probably time to let it go. This connects back to the decluttering rules, only keep what you use, because you can always download it later. You can always keep the login and password on a piece of paper. You can always re-download an app, so it's okay. But with decluttering your room, you can't necessarily unthrow away items. So when it comes to electronics, it's a bit easier to say, hey, I don't need you anymore, because you can always download the app again. Whereas if you clean your room, you can't unthrow away a piece of pen, you can't unthrow away a piece of item, because if you do, it's already in the trash can. It's already burned. It's already given away. It's already sold. You can't take it back. Whereas with electronics, it's a lot easier to, for me, at least in my opinion, I think it would be easier to delete apps and then to throw away a piece of notebook or a piece of pen or sell a guitar because you have 10 guitars, right? It's a lot harder. But with apps, you can always download an app again, right? If you need it. So if you need it again, you can always re-download it. I say this as tip 2 because when you open your phone, there's going to be a litany of apps, right? But when you open your phone and there's not so many apps, in a way, you are becoming a minimalist. When you open your phone and there's all kinds of apps, it's a bit chaotic. But when you open your phone, you know exactly what to do. You know exactly where to go. Like all of these apps, I've used. Like Duolingo, I use Duolingo. I actually do Duolingo on the computer, but I have the app on my phone because it sends me reminders. And then I use Facebook only. I recently downloaded Facebook so that I could sell on Marketplace to get some extra cash on the side. I don't use Facebook as social media. I only use it to sell things on Marketplace. Like for instance, this morning, a person texted me, "Hello, is this available?" And I said yes. They never text me back. Like, come on, man. It's annoying. And then obviously the YouTube app, the YouTube Studio app, the calculator, Gmail, I use all of that. And then you see it too, a lot of the iPhone, a lot of the iPhone default apps, I deleted, like the Health app, I think, and the Stocks app, the Notes app. I deleted all that because I never use it. And so I thought, I'm going to just delete it. I don't have a lot of the YouTube default apps because I deleted, a lot of the iPhone default apps because I deleted them. Because I don't need it. I don't. And then you can go through your phone and just do the same, When's the last time I used an app? Or have I even ever opened an app? Like, for instance, there's a app on the phone that comes with Apple phones. It's called Wallet. And then, like, the stock apps, there's an app called Stocks. I have never used those apps, so I deleted it. And my life is completely fine. My life is no different from having those apps. So it's gone. I deleted it. Okay, so step 3 or tip 3 is to group similar apps into folders. Organize apps into folders for a cleaner home screen. Like, do folders like social media, finance, work tools, and random. It makes your phone feel a lot cleaner even if nothing yet is deleted. So, what I mean by folders is I'll just do a screenshot. I mean, how do you screen? How do you screen record? I am so old. How do you screen record on this thing? Okay, there it is. I think I am so old. I'm gonna just make up something random. I don't like to use folders because I don't have a lot of apps and I know where everything is. But this is just another tip that if making folders may help you, and then do it. I just don't necessarily like to use folders because I like to see where everything is, and two, I like to organize my apps in a certain way, like the most used apps I have in the middle of my phone. But I just said step 3 because some people like to use folders and it may help them. So I don't like to be selfish because if it may not help me, it may help somebody else, right? Like photo and video, you could probably do like maybe work or something. I don't know. Duolingo, that's kind of work, right? Marketplace, that's work. Stop it! Oh my god, get in there! Why in it, dude? What? There it is. Oh my, oh my, do you see? Dude, get in there. Get, I give up. Dude, what is, get in there. Okay. And then let's do another folder for, let's do personal. I like that. Alright, so messages, let's do phone, personal. I don't know. Maybe email. Email's kind of personal, right? Oh, dude, get in there. And then like maybe photos. Photos is a bit personal. And then change. How do you change this? How do you change the title? Rename. Okay. And then you can say personal. Or communication. You know, whatever you wanna you want to say. So you get the point. And then you see if you make all these folders, it makes your home screen a lot smaller. You can just keep going at it, keep going at it. Me personally, I don't like folders. After this video, after I'm filming this, I'm going to delete these folders and have it the way that I had it before. But it may help you. Personal, move that there. Right, it may help you. And then step 4 is to clean out photos and videos. This is like an obvious one, is to delete duplicate photos, delete old screenshots, delete memes that you haven't sent to your friend in a long time, and just delete just random videos, pictures, things of that nature. Keep the photos and videos that genuinely make you smile. Self-improvement isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about intentional living. You can also back up photos on a hard drive or iCloud storage. Just because you're on your self-improvement journey doesn't mean you need to, well, doesn't mean that you cannot have funny videos on your phone or funny memes. Right? Self-improvement is about being intentional. It's not about becoming emotionless. Just because you have a funny, stupid picture doesn't mean it needs to be deleted because it doesn't. There's a lot of misconception of if it doesn't have an intelligence, if it doesn't serve me a purpose, delete it. Not every single picture or photo needs to be deleted. Only you can decide that. And you know what? I honestly do not care what you see in my photos. So just go in there. Pictures of my dog. Picture of my dog. Picture of my dog. What? That is terrifying. Oh, that's a picture of my hand. So you just go into your photos and you just delete things that you haven't really used in a while. You just go in here and delete photos. Like, hold on. Delete delete. What is this? Oh, yeah, this is where YouTube, yeah. Comment keeps getting disabled. Wait, how do you do, oh, yeah. Delete. Delete. Oh, I actually want to, delete. This is terrifying. Look at this picture. That is terrifying. You know, delete. What?
And is it even working?
Okay, delete. No, what's this picture?
I know I look ugly, but this is the most funniest thing I have ever seen. It's raining.
Yep.
I'm actually on a swing. This is fucking hilarious. Oh, wow.
Oh, this is when I taught my dog Scooby how to push me on a swing. He's so smart.
Good boy.
I live behind a park, and there's a swing, and I taught him how to push me on a swing.
Okay, this is a better picture, huh?
So smart.
Scooby,
Look at this.
push me.
What a smart. Look at it. What a smart man. I'm gonna keep that video. Delete. What the heck is that video? I'm scared. Yo, my camera died. What is this? Yo, my camera died, okay? I'm not a brain surgeon. I didn't go to doctor school. But it doesn't... What the hell? No wonder I have no friends. I have something stuck in my teeth. That's hilarious. Dude, you can't fake this, man. No one's on YouTube is showing their whole camera roll. Yeah, you literally just go in here and you delete pictures and videos that you just... Oh, Country Kirby. Why did I screenshot this? That's weird. Okay, well... I usually clean out my camera roll about every month. I'll go in here and I'll just delete pictures for no reason. No, bop. You want to see some dog poop? That's my dog's poop right there. Delete. Hold on. I want to keep that. Delete. Why did I screenshot that? Delete. Oh, that's nice. What is this?
Look at this.
Annoying. Alright. But you get the point. Alright, tip 5 or step 5 is to update and remove contacts. You know, delete contacts. Contacts? That went up my nose. That was embarrassing. I'm gonna keep that in. Keep the ones... Wait, what? Oh. Delete contacts you haven't used. Delete contacts you haven't talked to in over a year, including exes or people that you don't speak to anymore. Update names and info for the people that you want to keep. You know, if you want to keep a certain friend in your phone, update the information or change the picture. So go in your contacts. Contacts. How do I screen record again, guys? Every time I'm on my phone, I always have bad posture. For some reason, I'm on the phone, I'm always like this. Because this is more comfortable. I know it's bad. Alright, how do you screen record again? Screen. Oh my god. This is gonna take me forever. I am so old. There, I got it. Go to contacts. Where's contacts at? Oh man. Did I delete the contacts app because I thought it was going to be useful? Where is it? Okay, start from the beginning. Contacts. Did I literally delete the there like six months ago I went in through this phone and I just deleted all the apps, all the default apps. That's embarrassing. Can I? No, I can't. This is embarrassing. What? Well, apparently, what? Okay, well, you get the point. Apparently, I don't have the context. I don't have time for this. You know what? Let's just do this as an example. Just go to your text messages and just delete people. Delete. You know what I mean? Just get in there and just delete everything. Delete. Delete. Whoa, I broke up. And just go in there and just delete. Do I really not have the contacts app on my phone? That's crazy. I don't have time for this. I gotta record a video. That's crazy. That's crazy. But anyway, tip 5 is basically just go in your contacts and delete contacts, delete people that you haven't texted in a couple of weeks. I mean, a couple of months or a couple of years. Alright. Tip 6 is to turn off non-essential notifications. So what I mean by this is to turn off notifications for anything that won't affect your survival. You don't need alerts for Instagram likes or TikTok comments. Keep notifications on for only calls, texts, and other such necessities. Ask yourself, will I die if I don't get this notification? If not, and then turn it off. You can always open the app, whenever you want. So what I mean by turn off notifications is go in your settings and turn off the notification settings for Instagram. You don't need to know when someone's followed you, because it's only going to make you pick up your phone that much more often. You want to turn off any notification that doesn't serve your purpose, like calls or texts. That's okay, but will your life be any different if you do not get a notification alerting you who followed you? Because at the end of the day, you can always open Instagram, right? And you can always see who followed you or unfollowed you or whatever, right? But do you really need to know? But do you really need to have a status update every hour on the hour? Probably not, but sometimes it's going to be completely bullshit, because if your job is to be an Instagram model, like for me, my job is to do YouTube, and then I guess, yeah, you could have notifications for YouTube if someone comments on one of your videos. I mean, yeah. But this goes back to keep anything that's truly important. Like ask yourself, will I die if I don't get this notification immediately? Because I'm going to check it anyway. But do I really need to get a notification anyway? If not, then turn it off. It can wait. Alright, tip 7 is to clear cache and storage. So go onto your phone and clear app cache and temporary files. Check what's taking up the most space and delete what you can. This is basically just delete your history. Delete the cookies. Go on your phone. I'll do this right now with you. Now I have to figure out how to screen record again. Go on your phone. I think you go to settings, I believe, and then you go to cache. Nope. Nope, that's not. Go to storage, right? Yeah, you go to storage and then iPhone storage. So I have used 38 gigabytes of 128 gigabytes, which is actually pretty damn good. But if there's something in here that where you're only a couple gigabytes away from going over, delete some of these apps or delete some of these photos. So this is what I mean by going in your cache and deleting cookies, deleting storage. Obviously, right now, I don't really need to delete anything because my storage is actually very, very, very good. But go in here and see if you need to delete anything, if it's a bit too much. Tip 8 is to declutter your social media. Unfollow accounts that don't align with your goals or mindset. Consolidate or delete extra accounts if you don't need. Consolidate means merging multiple accounts into one account, and then only post what brings you joy and purpose. Don't post a picture or a video just because someone else wants you to, or you're trying to show off. And this is a pro tip. Unfollowing people will show you who your real friends are. One method is to make a new account and follow only the people that you actually care about. Only follow the people in real life that you actually know, and see who follows you back. Like make a new Instagram account and do that and see who actually follows you back. Those are the people who genuinely matter. Most of the time, those are the people who genuinely matter. Another way before deleting your old account is to post a story with the link to your new account and see who follows. Most likely those who follow are your real friends. Don't be hurt if some don't, because maybe some haven't seen your story for whatever reason. But this is just a tip on, this is a reflection of who truly is invested in your life. Because in reality, if someone doesn't watch your story like every day you post, and then most likely you are probably not as important as you think you are in their life. It's not about unfollowing people that you don't want to talk to. It's also about their side of things. Unfollow people that you don't talk to. Unfollow people that you don't know. Unfollow accounts that don't bring you joy. I mean, I was following accounts that didn't bring me joy. I would follow a lot of meme accounts, a lot of spam accounts that didn't really bring me joy. And also, this is gonna be a bit depressing, but I would follow a lot of these self-improvement accounts of you only live once, and I'll be motivated, then it'll make me sad. And I would also follow accounts that post about animal cruelty, like, oh, there's a dog that needs to be adopted, it's gonna be euthanized. I would follow accounts like that. And it'll just make me sad, like, oh my god, a dog died. It'll just mess up my day. And so, in a bit of a selfish way, I stopped following those accounts. Because it made me feel sad. And the only people that I follow are literally my friends and a couple of celebrity accounts like Machine Gun Kelly, who I absolutely love, and a couple of my favorite YouTubers. But besides that, I don't follow any meme accounts or any extra accounts. I don't follow anybody else. And I've gotten over the fact that, oh, I need to have this many followers. Or my following to my follower list isn't a ratio. Who freaking cares, man? Who freaking cares? right? Because for me, at least, Instagram, I like to use Instagram. I don't use TikTok or Twitter. YouTube is my full-time job. So when it comes to Instagram, I could care less what I post, who I follow. It's all about becoming intentional. If you have more than one account, try and consider deleting one of them, if if you can, because probably there is a reason why you have more than one Instagram account. Maybe it's a business account, work account, personal. You want to separate that, which is a good thing. It's good to separate your work from your personal. Because for me, with my YouTube, I have 3 YouTube channels. I have my main channel, which I post strictly just this self-improvement content. Then I have second for music, and a third for just random stuff, just a random shit post account, just random videos. And I feel really good about having 3 YouTube accounts, because I have one that's for business, one for like work, 2 that's a little bit laid back for music, and then 3 is just random funny videos whenever I feel like posting. And so do that with social media, figure out what accounts bring you joy, and figure out also what account you want that, and also figure out what theme you want that account to serve. Or you can just do this the easy/hard way is to literally start fresh. Just delete everything. That's what I did. I deleted my old Instagram account and I just started fresh. Literally. Yeah, it kind of hurt because I had like 100 followers, but who cares? I deleted it and now I'm at, like what 7 or 8 or 9 followers. Like, who cares? Who cares? But that's just a tip. You don't have to do this, but it's just a tip. You need to declutter your social media. Any type of social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Go in your subscriptions list and see which YouTubers you haven't watched in a while, and do that. Delete your watch history list, delete your watch later list. Even go on Netflix, Hulu, any streaming device, and go through your watch list and see shows that you watched, take it off, or shows that you plan on watching but you never even got around to it and you're not even interested in watching that anymore. Go in there and literally follow the decluttering steps that we talked about in section 3. Grandpa just one more time. Sweet home Alabama, play that dead band song. Turn those speakers up for bless, yeah, play it all night long. I don't know how to end this song, 'cause when this song ends, I'll die with it. Yeah, I have to get through it somehow. Yeah, we have to get through it somehow. Tip 9 is to reorganize your music playlist. Delete songs that no longer fits who you are, and create new playlists that match your current mood or goals. So what I mean by this is, for example, let me get I can't see, my camera is in the way of my computer. All right. So for example, I used to have a litany of Spotify accounts. A litany of Spotify playlists, and I fit them all in one. For example, I combined, you see on the left hand section here. There's all of my playlists that I have, which I combined it all into one. These are all of the songs that I have listened to from age 0 to age 25, ages 0 to 25. These are literally all the songs that I have listened to. And then here I have all the EDM songs. I love listening to EDM. I have this playlist called the Old Me, because I started self-improvement, so I thought this is the old me. And then now I have a playlist called Now, which is all the songs that I listen to now. And then I love Spider-Man, as you guys know. I have a separate playlist for Spider-Man. Songs that remind me of Spider-Man, that kind of fit the vibe of who he is. And so you don't have to do this, but before my Spotify menu, it used to be a lot messier, but now it's a lot cleaner. These are, for instance, these are all of the playlists that I have right now. And it's pretty freaking organized, if I don't say so myself. For me. You don't have to have these many playlists. You can have 1 or 100. It doesn't matter. It's what feels best to you. So you want to go on your Spotify account or YouTube account, whichever platform you use to listen to music, and go in there and reorganize songs. Make themes so that they're easy to follow. Have a theme of pop music, country music, K-pop music, rap music, and have a theme, because music is a big part of my life. And when I reorganized my Spotify playlist, when I started my self-improvement journey, I've actually noticed an immense progress in my self-improvement journey, because I listen to music all the time. And I really like how the way that I did it is that in order for me to start fresh, I didn't want to delete my old playlist. I wanted to keep it, even though I don't listen to those old playlists most of the time. So I literally just combined all of the playlists that I used to have into one playlist that's called The Old Me. Ages 1 through 25. You don't have to be all that specific. You don't have to be. That's just a tip of decluttering your electronics, is to go in your app of whatever platform you use to listen to music. Apple Music, Pandora, Deezer. Oh, I used to use Deezer in high school. SoundCloud. Go in there and delete playlists and combine them into one playlist, or combine them into a couple playlists. You want to consolidate these playlists into one. And there's websites out there. I'll insert pictures here. There's websites out there where you can literally convert a YouTube playlist and have it on a Spotify playlist without adding individual songs. I'll insert pictures here. I have used them in the past, where if you want to have the songs that you have on Spotify also on YouTube. There's a website where you can literally transfer your playlist to Spotify, and it'll make a whole new playlist on YouTube within 5 minutes. Tip 10 is to clean up your YouTube space. We kind of talked about this literally minutes ago. Clear your watch later playlist, watch or remove videos that you have never even seen. Because when you have a watch later list, you either watch them or you either just end up not watching them at all. So go in that and declutter your watch later list. Unsubscribe from YouTubers that you no longer have interest in. Go in there and just hoard everything. Unfollow people, just unsubscribe from people, and really make your YouTube account smaller. And then same thing, clear up your YouTube playlist, get all that organized. Any type of streaming or social media, this is a must do. Before, when I went on my purge and unsubscribed from not every, but a lot of these YouTube channels, I think it took me a couple of weeks to actually get through it all. They actually did. But the easiest way to start fresh is to literally start fresh. Make a new YouTube account. Literally, make a new YouTube account. Tip 11 is to align your priorities. Everything in your life should have a purpose, including your phone time. This doesn't mean cutting off friends or deleting all the fun in your life. It means using technology intentionally, not automatically. What I mean by aligning your priorities is limit your screen time. Go from 5 hours to about 30 minutes of screen time. Not everything has to be revolved around your phone. There's other things where you can do in your life where you don't need a phone. Like, for example, I use Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Play music. Instead of me actually going on my phone and going to the Spotify app and playing music, I use Hey Siri. She's not listening to me. I say, Hey Siri, play music. Because it saves me time, and then also, when I open my phone and then I see all these notifications, sometimes I get lost and say, what was I doing on my phone in the first place? Oh yeah, I wanted to play some music. And so you want to align your priorities. Everything in your life should have a purpose, including your phone time. Limit the amount of time that you spend on your phone. And then 2, it's not about limiting the time you spend on your phone, it's about becoming intentional. You could be on a important business call. It's about being intentional. Are you looking at social media, or are you watching an educational video on YouTube? There's a difference, right? So you need to really align your priorities and become intentional with your time. You can spend 6 hours a day on your phone, but what are you actually doing? During those 6 hours, are you looking at social media? Or during those 6 hours, are you watching, educational YouTube videos? Are you studying, right? Tip 12 is the last step onto decluttering your phone, decluttering electronics. We touched on this a lot during this video, but, step 12 is literally just, if you're overwhelmed with the amount of trash, you could say, that you have accumulated in your electronics, just start fresh. Make a new Instagram account, make a new YouTube account, make a new TikTok account. Just make a new everything account. Make a new streaming account, make a new Netflix account. And just start fresh. Starting fresh shows you what really matters in life. The first apps that you download, or the first, couple of apps, the first 10 apps that you can think of, are most likely the apps that you use. Delete everything, reset your phone. You don't need to get a new phone, but literally just go in your settings and reset your phone and start fresh. Resetting your phone, it deletes all the photos, it deletes all the downloaded apps that you have used. Just reset everything. And usually the first couple of apps that you think of that first comes to mind are the apps that you should keep. Make a new Instagram account, make a new everything account. Just start fresh. And this too is the quickest way to decluttering, because you don't have to go in and like, oh my gosh, I gotta delete this, I gotta delete that. I'm like, oh my god. Starting fresh is the quickest way. Like, go on your Instagram account and click delete account, and that's it. You're done. Whereas if you don't delete your account, you gotta go through your following. Like, who am I gonna follow? Who am I gonna not follow? Right? It's a headache. So this is just one tip: is to literally just start fresh. Again, just pretend you just got a new phone. Pretend you do not know what social media is, and you first logged in, and you want to make an account. Just as an example, when I applied this tip, I made a new Instagram account about a year ago, because the old Instagram account that I used to have, it was a bit stressful. I had it since I was in middle school. I followed thousands and thousands of people that I didn't even know. And it was a bit overwhelming, especially when I started this YouTube journey. Because when you do YouTube, you have to connect with your subscribers. You just have to. It's very important. So I went through my Instagram and I started unfollowing people, and then through trial and error, I realized, why not should I just start fresh? Half of these people, if not most of these people who I follow and follow me, don't even care about me. So I just started fresh, and here I am. And then two, starting fresh will feel a bit weird at first. But after a while, you get used to it, and you feel lighter. You feel like as if you have lost 20 pounds. It's true. And then if you're worried about, oh, I want to keep all my pictures, just screenshot them and post them on your new account. It doesn't matter. If you made a funny video, or you want to capture a moment that you want to keep forever, screenshot that picture and then just delete the account. And then post it later on your new YouTube account, on your new Instagram. That's the thing too that I did with my old YouTube account. I had an old YouTube account. I had to delete that because I ran into some troubles. If you want to know, watch this video. And I had videos on there where, yeah, it sucked. I lost them forever. But there were also videos on there, well, I'm just going to screen record them. And that's what I did. Then I re-uploaded some of my old videos here. Yeah, it sucks, but starting fresh is the only way that you could feel like you are actually starting self-improvement. It's an act of letting go. Back in Unit 2, Section 1, in the very first video of Unit 2, is to let go. Just let go. Do not dwell on the past. Just let go. Okay, this is decluttering your computer. Decluttering your YouTuber. I almost said YouTuber. Oh my god. Decluttering your computer is almost the same as decluttering your electronics. Your phone or iPad. I wanted to make a separate section just for a computer because I felt like it was necessary. Because computers and phones are a bit different, but they're more of the same. You can start with your computer or phone. Same rules apply. Digital decluttering is just like cleaning your room. It's a virtual space full of clutter. I could never know how to pronounce that word. Virtual. Virtual. You guys know what I mean. Old files and chaos. Tip 1 is do a desktop cleanup. Look at your home screen. Ask yourself this question. Are files scattered everywhere? It's like having digital laundry. Are there socks everywhere on the floor? Is there clothes everywhere on the floor? Is it scattered everywhere? Delete anything that you don't need and move important files into folders. That makes sense. For instance, right now I'm in the I am always in the process. I am in the process of editing this whole series of Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5, Unit 6. And so I'm not proud of it. It's actually not that bad considering. It's actually not that bad. I do have a lot of, well, not a lot, but I have some open files, right? It's actually not that bad. It used to look worse. I have weeks where every single file is literally everywhere. Literally. But it's actually not that bad, actually. I'm kind of shocked. And then when you go here, too, when you go to my, like, folders, let me go to here, actually. Like, look at this. I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, yo, come on, bro. This is all of the clips from Unit 2. Every time when I edit a video, I get kind of crazy, where when I edit a video, I'll just use this as an example. When I'm, right now, after this clip, I'm going to edit Unit 2, Section 4. I'll have all these clips, I'll import all of the files that are recorded on this camera onto my computer. I'll use a USB drive and import it onto this little device. But this is just an example of organizing folders. Like, for instance, I have these little folders. You know, I'm doing a challenge where I take a picture of my dog every day for 1 year. And so these are candy pics, Scooby pics. I have it all in one folder. And then I have, like, folders of other folders. They have subsections of folders. It's a bit obsessive. Like, I have pics from 2021, 2023, 2024, and 2025. And then soon I gotta make one for 2026 because it's almost 2026. Yeah. And then too, I learned my lesson from my old channel. Every video that I've posted on this main channel, and even on my music channel and my other channel, I always save. Like, for example, you know, all completed videos on main are right here. You know, then all completed music videos post on my music channel. So here, then I have, like, categories of piano songs all posted on my YouTube channel and all that stuff. Everything. Then I also have a separate folder for videos to post a bit later. So this is just an example of dragging files. Like, you could drag a file into here, boom, which I'm not going to do because I don't need that. So tip 1 is to basically just clean your room. It's almost the same way. Just clean your room and organize your room. Delete files or organize files, move folders, make a new folder, make other subsection of folders. Because if you don't organize your files, your computer will look like junk. It will literally look like a junk drawer everywhere. And that is not a good look, especially if you're like me and you make YouTube videos. You do not know what files belong. If you don't recognize your files, your computer will look like that junk drawer that everyone has in their house. You know, just old batteries, old receipts, old candles, old keychains, old pennies, right? It's really highly important to organize your files. It really is. It doesn't matter if you do it for work or not do it for work. It's very, very important to keep your screensaver, your wallpaper clean of files. Step 2 is to clear cache and storage junk. Clean cache on your phone, or we're talking about a computer right now. Delete temporary files, you know, duplicate screenshots and old downloads. This is the same as decluttering your phone when we talked about, what was that, in like step, in step 7 we talked about, you know, clearing cache and storage. And then we also talked about in step 4 of cleaning your phone is to clean out photos and videos. This is the exact same. Delete temporary files, duplicate screenshots, and old downloads. This alone can free up gigabytes if you have obviously never done it before. Your device is probably hoarding old memes and random downloads. So what I mean by this is, let's just go to history, you know. So delete cache and storage junk. go back in your history and, let's see, delete browsing history and delete data from the last 7 days or forever or the last 24 hours. I typically delete my history, I think, every 3 or 4 months, which you should probably do it more often and than not. And it's deleting right now. Give it a second. I don't have time for this. Oh my god. Okay, good. And then another way is you can go to downloads. You go to your downloads. I don't think I have any downloads on it. Yeah. But usually if you downloaded something, it'll be on this screen. Then you can go to your trash can. My camera's blocking the way. Go to trash. And then you can delete all these files and blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point, right? Tip 2 is basically go on your computer and see what you can delete. Tip 3 or step 3 is to apply the decluttering rules that we talked about in, I believe, Unit 3 or Unit 2. I have to go back. And go back to those decluttering rules, those 23 decluttering rules. When I wrote this, I added another rule, the poop rule. But what I mean by step 3 is, in Unit 3, Unit 2, Section 3, we talked about following the rules or the tips. I gave my patients 22 goals on how to declutter, and you can apply that same analogy to decluttering your computer. Follow these steps. You don't have to follow them in order, but these are just tips. Okay, so going back. And then I added another rule, which is called the poop rule. I mean, it sounds stupid. I deleted my history now to sign back in. Great. I added that poop rule not too long ago. It sounds dumb, but let me explain what I mean by this. So the analogy is, for example, I have these prescription glasses, right? Let's just say hypothetically it has poop on it. Would you take the time out of your day to clean it, or would you just throw it away? It's one of those things. Oh, it has poop on it. I'm just going to throw it away. Or, man, it has poop on it. I mean, I can just disinfect it and wipe it off. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. Like, for example, the stapler. If this stapler has poop on it, will I wipe it off? I mean, a stapler isn't that significant. I mean, for me, it's not. Whereas a pair of glasses, which cost $100, $200, probably you need to wipe it off and disinfect it. The poop rule is kind of stupid. It's not a good tip to follow by, but I just thought about that. Just imagine an item that you have is broken or it has poop on it. Is it worth taking the time out of your day to clean it, or should you just throw it away? It's one of the things. Like, if this shirt has poop on it, would I throw it away or clean it? I would most likely maybe wipe it off and put it in the laundry. But I have a couple of shirts where I'm not even going to waste the time. I'll just throw it away. So that's what the poop analogy is. It sounds dumb, I know. But you can follow the 23 steps to decluttering, which is follow the duplicate rule, when's the last time I used this rule, the broken rule, the will I miss this rule. If I delete this file, will I miss it? If I delete this picture, will I miss it? A useless file, no matter if it's a photo or a video or a download, any useless file that you still have is always going to be clutter. Even if it doesn't take up physical space in your room, it doesn't take up physical space, it's still clutter. Tip 4 is the file management and backups. Transfer large files on an external drive or cloud using SSD like Samsung T7 like I do, or a T8. I have 2 of these actually, to keep it fast, safe, and compact, and keep main devices clean and back up important stuff in at least 2 places. So for example, I have a lot of the same files on this file. This is sort of like my backup. If I lose my other file, I can pull it up here. Can't see it. Let's see. I can't see it. Can you see it? Can't see it. I need that, so I can't unplug it. I'll probably insert a picture. Great. I'll probably insert a picture there. I have a lot of the same videos, a lot of the same files on this device, just in case. I know it's probably never going to happen, but you watch movies, you read about it. Sometimes when you put a file in a card, sometimes it gets corrupted. So I like to keep it backed up. You don't have to do that if you're not a YouTuber or you don't do social media. But if your job requires you, if you write essays, especially for school, keep a backup just in case. And it keeps your computer looking organized. It really does. Because this right here is my wallpaper right now. Yeah, I know. I'm in the middle of filming a video. Usually when I'm in the process of editing and filming videos, I'll have files, all over the place. So imagine if I exported all of these files into this gigabyte SD card. It makes your computer a lot smoother, looks a lot cleaner. Just something to think about. If you use social media or you make content online, or you do work and you have to write projects, essays, things of that nature. Step 5 is to check your downloads folder, which we literally just talked about. Delete anything you haven't opened or used in 6 months. Downloads is where files go to die, so clean it up. Tip 6 is password and security cleanup. Update old passwords. The tip is do not use the same password for the same websites. Use different passwords for work, social media, and especially banking. Don't reuse passwords. Write important passwords in a notebook, like for example, if you have problems forgetting your passwords like I always do, I literally always have to reset my password every month or two. Whether it's my Instagram password, my YouTube password, my bank password, because I always forget it. Well, now I don't forget it. In the past, I would always forget it, always have to change it about every month or two. But now I don't have to because it's all in this book. And then you want to enable two-step verification. So what that is you have 2 sign-in methods where you have to log in on your computer or you log in on your phone, and then it sends you a verification code and blah, blah, blah. The rule is don't use weak passwords. Don't use passwords like 123 I'm Asian or something, because that's a no-brainer, right? You want to use weird numbers. You want to misspell your passwords. You want to spell a couple words wrong. You know what I mean? You want to keep the passwords some lowercase, some uppercase. Have some variation in your passwords. And then 2, if you want to use the same passwords, use the same passwords for like-minded categories. Use the same password for social media, but don't use the same password you use for social media for your banking. You know what I mean? So try and have maybe at least 4 or 5 passwords and categorize them. I'm going to use the same password. Like for example, we can do 1234. 1234 is going to be my password for work. YouTube, email, Instagram, work, because social media, YouTuber, and influencer, right? And then banking, personal. So every personal account is 12345. So banking, maybe your own personal email. What else is personal? I don't know. But you guys get the point. And then maybe entertainment, like a Netflix account, Hulu account is 321, right? All of your streaming accounts are 321 as passwords. I'm probably not doing a very good job explaining it all. All in all, step 6 is to update your passwords if they're weak. Don't use the same passwords. and do a security cleanup and which I mean by is enable two-step verification. Instead of having one way to log in, there's two ways to log in. Make sure that when you log in, it sends you a confirmation code. A lot of websites offer that. Tip 7 is the browser and extensions audit. Delete unused extensions and plugins. Clean up bookmarks and remove links you haven't clicked on in years. I have a tendency to do this. So one easy way is to go up here, bookmark and list, and these are all of my bookmarks I have. Let's just start deleting stuff. I actually use all of this. You know what, let's just delete. Delete. I actually use all of this, so I'm not gonna delete all that. But this is just an example. You go in your bookmarks and you start deleting websites that you haven't clicked on, even though it's in your bookmarks list. And then also with your extensions, if you have like extensions right here, delete them if you haven't used it in a couple months or a couple years, wherever that may be. Tip 8 is a software and app cleanup. Uninstall apps or update apps of apps that you haven't used in a while or need updating. And then run a Dix cleanup or defrag it on Windows. Windows, they have a thing where you have to delete cookies. I'll probably insert a video here. And then update your computer if need be. Update the system. Do a software checkup, software cleanup. Tip 9 is the email cleanup. Go in your email and delete email, spam email. Unsubscribe from newsletter that you don't read and delete old promo emails and notifications. So tip 9 is basically go in your email. Everybody has an email, and delete emails. We all have emails that are a month old, a year old. My email used to look bad, and I mean real bad. But it doesn't look so bad now because I go in there and I clean up every so often. Tip 9 is to delete emails. It sounds complicated, but delete emails and delete texts that you don't have. I mean, right here on my phone. Let's see how many unread text messages I have. I have 30. Can you see that? I got 30 messages, two notifications for phone, and 687 for Gmail. Go in there and delete. Delete. Tip 10 is the cloud storage audit. Check out iCloud, Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive. Delete duplicates, old files, and outdated backups. Me personally, I don't need to do this because I don't use Dropbox. Well, not anymore. And I don't really use iCloud. I don't. But Google Drive, I use Google Drive, and OneDrive, I don't even know what that is. But you go in your Google Drive and you start deleting old documents, old files, things of that nature. Tip 11 is the streaming and playlist audit. Clean your YouTube watch list. We talked about this before. Spotify playlist, watch later playlist on Netflix or Hulu streaming devices. Delete shows. Unsubscribe from channels or playlists that you don't use. Transfer music if needed using apps that combine playlists across platforms. Like the website I showed you called, is it Tune My Music, I believe? Is it? Yeah. Tune My Music. You can use websites like that. Clean YouTube watch list, Spotify playlist. Anything that involves streaming, anything that involves entertainment, go in there and start deleting. And then you can also go back to the decluttering rules, the 23 steps of decluttering. Start fresh. The very first rule of that decluttering rule is the blank slate rule. The easiest way and the fastest way to get decluttering done is to make a new account, which I know for my patients and even for myself, it is hard to let go when you have accumulated so many hours on Spotify and you have all your shows that you like to watch, and etc. That's just one tip. To make your life easier, just to literally start fresh. Everything in your life needs to be decluttered. Everything that you consume. Your room needs to be clean. After you clean your room, you go on to the next step of your electronics. Everything that you use needs to be clean and organized. It's not about watching less shows. It's not about watching less YouTubers. It's not about listening to less music. It's about knowing where everything is. You don't have to delete your playlist just because I told you so. Just go in there and really think to yourself, when's the last time I've watched this certain YouTuber? When's the last time I played this music playlist? Really go in there. And if you go in your Spotify playlist and there's nothing for you to delete because you listen to every playlist and you feel happy about having 100 plus playlist, and then you don't need to do nothing about it. But it doesn't hurt to check. Check anyway. If you own Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, any type of streaming device, it doesn't hurt for 10 minutes to check. Go in there and look at your watch later list. Or watch list, if they call it. Go in there and see if there's shows that you've added that you added a year ago when you haven't even got to it. Maybe it's time to watch it. Maybe it's time to delete it. This whole process will probably take you a couple of months to complete. When I first started self-improvement, I believe it took me a couple of years to actually get in the groove of knowing how to declutter. It actually did. Just do one website, one app, one playlist a day or a week or a month. Take your time. It's not about minimizing 100 playlists to one playlist. It's about going on that specific website or app and being confident saying that I found purpose in every single one of these playlists, every single one of these TV shows. Everything in your life needs to serve a purpose to your self-improvement and journey. It sounds juvenile, like, oh, how does a music playlist dictate my self-improvement journey? How does my Netflix dictate my self-improvement journey? How does it determine my success in life? That's a very good question. We are all surrounded by electronics. We are all people and we all like to relax. We all like to relax and watch TV, listen to music at the end of the day. Everything that you consume, whether it comes from food that you eat, the music, the TV shows, the movies that you consume, all of it needs to serve a purpose. You need to ask yourself that question. The next time you watch a movie, why do I want to watch this movie? Is it because someone is forcing me to watch this movie just because they want me to watch it? Or am I watching it because I like it? When it becomes to decluttering, it's not about doing less. It's about asking yourself, am I happy with the things that I own? And then asking yourself, will it help me with my success in life? It's not about never watching TV again, never about listening to music again. It's not about that. It's about finding happiness in every little thing that you own, as little as a playlist that you make on Spotify. It's true. This is just a tip. You don't have to do this. I'm just talking out of my ass, to be honest with you. Because I am you. Wherever you are right now watching this video, I am you. I've been where you are. I am you, like, right now. I am doing this self-improvement journey with you. I don't have cars. I don't have any car. I don't even have a job. I'm applying for jobs, but no one will hire me. I'm not good looking. I hate the way my body looks. I'm overweight. I'm single. I don't have money. I have a small YouTube channel. I don't have the glamorous items what most self-improvement YouTubers have. I don't. Because they never show you the bad. They always show you the good. They always tell you, don't watch porn. Work out 2 hours a day. Eat chicken rice and broccoli. Meditate. Take cold showers. But they never actually explain the meaning behind those habits. They actually never explain how they do it and the why. Why is it important to take a cold shower? Why? It's always a bullet point list of do this thing and it will lead to success. And that's why most people fail on their New Year's resolution goals, because they don't know why they're doing it. They're just doing it because someone told them to. Only you can change your life. Tip 12 is the old devices cleanup. Sell, donate, and recycle old phones, tablets, computers. Anything that involves electronics, maybe video games. Don't keep the devices like, oh, just in case, right? You don't need 3 DSIs. You don't need to keep devices just for, oh, just in case. You know, if you have 5 Xbox One controllers, but you always use the one, maybe keep 2 out of the 5. Donate 3. You know what I'm saying? It's about becoming happy. But if you are happy owning 5 extra Xbox One controllers when you only use the one, and then keep them. Keep them if it makes you happy. And do that same thing with anything electronic. Do you have an old camera that you don't use? Do you have a phone? Or I know a lot of people don't have multiple phones. They have just the phone that they have, right? But go in your house and see if there's maybe an old PSP that you don't use anymore. An old, what's it called? A DSi? I'm so old. Is it DSi or a DS? I am so old. I'm so old, man. But really, go in your house and look at the electronics that you have. TV, a microwave. Is a microwave considered a electronic? Because you have to plug it into the wall. Is it? I'm not really sure. But go in your room and see if there's things, electronically speaking, that you can get rid of. And obviously, if it's electronic, you should probably speak to your parents. If you live with your parents or if you're under 18, because electronics are expensive. Just don't go around the house and, oh, there's a TV that we don't use. Probably talk to the person who actually bought the TV. But if you bought the device, and then you can do whatever you want with it, right? Remember, what was it, like Unit 3, you know? All of these units blend into one, to be honest with you. Was it like Unit 2, Section 3? We talked about only control what you have, right? Don't be that guy. Tip 12 is just to merely, is that the word? MERELY. Sell, donate, resell, recycle old electronics. Tip 13 is the digital clutter maintenance. Maintenance is very important because if you don't maintain what you have, what's the point of actually wasting your time throwing away, giving away, selling all of your electronics and deleting these playlists, deleting these websites? You want to schedule digital decluttering every so often, every 6, every 12 months, maybe even more than that. Another rule that's helpful is ask yourself, you use the buy one, take one principle, which is when you buy an item, you want to take away an item. Same thing goes for electronics. Anytime you want to download an app, delete an app, ask yourself, delete before adding. Before you want to add a playlist on your phone, think about, do I need to delete one so I can add one? Same thing in real life. When you buy a certain item, when you buy new shoes, When it comes to minimalism, a very good rule to follow is buy one thing, and then try and take away one old thing that you have. It's like when you get a new phone. Typically, when you get a new phone, you have to give the old phone away. Sometimes you don't have to, but that's a good rule to follow. Since you buy a new phone, you give the old phone away, right? It's the same principle. Before downloading a video game, when downloading a PC game, I'm old. I don't know how it works. But before buying a new video game, before downloading an app or adding a website to your bookmark list, ask yourself, do I need to delete a bookmark before I add another bookmark? Do I need to give away a video game so I could buy a new video game? Buy one, take one. Or buy one, delete one. If we're talking about computers, delete an app or undownload an app. This is officially all of the steps that require decluttering when it comes to electronics. When it comes to decluttering your computer, there's a total of 13 steps. Alright, this is your homework for Unit 2, Section 4 on how to declutter your electronics. I split this up into two sections, phone and computer. So when it comes to your phone, you want to follow 12 steps to declutter your phone. Change your wallpaper. 2. Delete apps that you don't use. 3. Group similar apps into folders, like this one. Put your apps into folders, like these ones. 4. Clean out photos and videos. Go on your photos and delete photos, videos that you haven't looked at or don't need anymore. 5 is to update and delete contacts. What I mean by contacts is delete that ex that's still in your phone. Block that ex-wife of yours off of your phone, right? Update and delete contacts that you don't call or use anymore. 6. Turn off non-essential notifications. 7. Clear cache and storage. So this kind of goes back to step 2 and 4. Just go on your phone and delete storage, delete old pictures, videos, voice memos, delete apps, clean up the storage. 8 is to declutter social media. Go on your Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever social media you have. Unfollow people, unsubscribe from people that you don't watch anymore or don't want to follow anymore. Follow people who motivate you and who make you happy. Go in there and unfollow people. 9 is to reorganize your music playlist. We all love music. We all listen to music. Go on your Spotify, SoundCloud, whatever platform you use to listen to music. Go in there and see if it needs to be organized in terms of deleting old playlists or organizing songs. Like if you have a rap song in a country playlist, probably put that rap song in a playlist that fits that fits that genre. You don't want a rap song in the middle of a country playlist. It kind of ruins the vibe. It kind of does. You know, if you have a playlist that is only of Christian music, and then all of a sudden there's a song, and then all of a sudden there is a heavy metal song in the middle of a Christian playlist, kind of ruins the vibe. But I guess it kind of goes hand in hand. It's kind of one of those yin and yang things. A song about God and then a song about the devil, right? So make sure whatever playlist that you have, it fits the vibe. But only you can decide that. Only you can decide what playlist is right for you. Tip 10 is to tidy up your YouTube space or tidy up your YouTube account. Go on your YouTube account and delete old videos that you don't want up anymore, or unsubscribe from people that you don't watch anymore. go in there and clean up your watch later list. We all have a litany of videos in our watch later list. Clean up your playlist, go on your YouTube account, see how much you can delete and organize. I would say more than likely some form on YouTube needs to be organized, whether it's watch later or the playlist that you have on there, the videos that you have. Something in there, something in your social media needs to be decluttered. Tip 11 is to align your priorities. Tip 11 is more of a lifestyle choice and then to actually declutter. Tip 11 is more of limit your screen time. You don't want to be on your phone for the rest of your life. You want to align your priorities. If scrolling on Instagram for 6 hours a day makes you happy, and then do it. But if you are not happy scrolling for 6 hours, and then something needs to change. This whole process of self-improvement involves two questions. Am I happy? Does this make me happy? And then the other question is, does this habit aid to my success? Or you can ask yourself, will I become a better person? You want to ask yourself those two questions. Am I happy? And then another way you can form it is, does this habit or movie that I watch, does this make me happy? And then another question, the second question is, how does this help me? Will I become a better person out of it and blah, blah, blah? How does this make me a better person? There's nothing wrong with watching TikTok videos. What's wrong with it is, are you happy or are you not? Is it making you a better person or not? Because what we do on our phones is our own business. And what we do on that phone matters the most. For example, you could watch 2 hours of YouTube, whereas the other person, let's just do person A watches 2 hours of YouTube a day. Person B watches YouTube 2 hours a day. Who is more productive? Well, let's talk about it. Person A watches random funny videos on YouTube for 2 hours. Just whatever that comes up on their recommendation page. Whereas person B watches educational videos on how to fix a car for 2 hours. Because their goal for 2026 is to learn how to change a tire. Right? I just made that up. Who is more productive? Right? It's all about being mindful about our time. You can spend 2 hours on YouTube and be productive. You could spend 2 hours on YouTube and not be productive. It's all about becoming happy, right? Always align your priorities. Even this goes beyond your phone. This goes beyond the electronics. Apply the align your priorities to everything that you do in life. The last tip is tip 12 is to, I can't see past my camera, is to start fresh if needed. The easiest and fastest way to declutter is to literally start fresh. Because this whole process of decluttering will take you a couple weeks, couple days, couple months, it depends. Instead of spending an hour on Instagram, seeing who to unfollow, seeing who to follow, just delete your Instagram and start fresh. I mean, yeah, it sucks because you probably have 200, 500 plus followers on it and you have all these photos and then you have to start fresh and then you're back at 0. You can always screenshot the photos from your Instagram account and upload it on the new one. You can always do that. Starting fresh is the same philosophy that we talked about in Unit 2, Section 1, getting a buzz cut. you need to learn to let go. I'm not saying that you have to delete everything and then you have to make a new Instagram account, new YouTube channel. It's just something to keep in mind that if you do not want to waste your time, weeks, months, hours, seeing who to unfollow and seeing which Spotify playlist I should keep, just start fresh. Because as an example, I did that. I used to have an old Spotify playlist. I mean, not Spotify playlist. I used to have an old Spotify account called Get Legs Matt, which is my old Spotify account. And to be honest, the reason why I started fresh is because I forgot the password. And I got a new phone number and it didn't recognize my phone number. Anyway, long story. I got a new Spotify account. And this has been my Spotify account for many years now. Numerous years. And with doing that, I am unable to go back to my old account because I don't have access to it. I forgot the password. So when I got my new Spotify account, what I did was I just copied the playlist. I downloaded my old playlist and made it new. Same thing when you go on your Netflix account or Hulu account. Go in your watch list and see if there's shows that you added that you haven't even watched, and you added that show 3 years ago and you still haven't got it, and you still haven't watched it. Maybe it's time to finally watch it or delete it from your watch list. But this is something to keep in mind of when decluttering your electronics. Literally just start fresh. If you don't want to spend the time to declutter your phone, go in the settings and do a factory reset. You don't have to get a new phone. You don't have to get a new laptop, a new computer, a new TV. Maybe just do a factory reset. Start fresh. Same thing as like getting a buzz cut. It's the quickest, cheapest, it costs no money at all to go in your settings and do a factory reset on your phone. And just start fresh. But just a tip. If you want to keep all your followers, keep all your pictures, all that. I'm just saying, coming from my own experience, decluttering anything when it comes to a bedroom, a phone, a computer, is going to take a while. Do one section at a time. Do one app at a time. Every day, choose an app, every day choose something to go in and delete. Or like, okay, Monday I'm going to go in and see if there's something I need to delete on Netflix. And then Tuesday, see if I need to delete something on Hulu. Wednesday, see if there's something to delete on Paramount, right? Thursday, see if there's anything I need to delete on my YouTube channel. Do one thing a day, or one thing every other day, or once a week. Start slow. Moving on to computer. There are 13 steps on how to declutter a computer. Computer and the phone can go hand in hand. Tip 1 on a computer is to do a desktop cleanup. Tip 2 is to clear cache and storage junk. Tip 1 and 2 are kind of more of the same thing, in my opinion. Tip 3 is to apply the 23 decluttering rules on how to declutter. Tip 4 is the file management and backups, organize files and back files up on a hard drive. Tip 5 is to check your downloads folder. Tip 6, check your password, update passwords, make sure all your passwords are highly, highly secure. 7 is delete browser and extensions. Go in there and see if there's a bookmark that you need to delete. Tip 8 is do a software app cleanup. So update your computer. Go in there and see if there's any apps to be deleted or updated. Because too, a lot of time when it comes to computer, the computer doesn't typically update it itself. Well, when it comes to my computer, I know. But when it comes to a phone, typically a phone just updates itself just automatically. But with my computer, you actually have to go in the settings and see if the system needs to be updated. Because if you don't go in there every couple months and push the update button, the computer moves a lot slower. And I've noticed that times where I don't go in there and it's been months since I hit the update button in the settings option, my computer moves a lot slower. So when my computer moves slower, I think to myself, oh, maybe it needs to update. And then I update it, and then my computer is fastest as ever. It's like the Flash. It's the fastest man alive. Tip 9 is the email cleanup. Go in your email and delete old emails. 10 is iCloud storage, Dropbox storage. Anything when it comes to storage, basically just Google Drive. Go in there and see if there's anything, any documents, any files that you need to delete. Tip 11 is the streaming and playlist audit. Go on your computer, Netflix, Hulu, delete anything that you don't need, basically YouTube, anything. Tip 12 is the old device cleanup. Sell, give away, donate, resell. I just said that. I don't need to say that again. I just said that. Devices. This is kind of optional because I would say the average person doesn't own 10 computers. Right? We just don't really own that much electronics, but go in your bedroom, go around your house and really think, are the electronics that I have serving me a purpose or not? Everything that you do in life should be of purpose. The last step is tip 13 is the digital declutter maintenance. What's the point of going through all this mess just to do it again? When you declutter, it's more of a one-time type of thing. Because once you declutter, you learn ways not to have clutter. And one way is to follow like we talked about, 10, 20 minutes ago, follow the delete one or buy one, take one rule. Before you download an app, delete an app. Before you export a video file on your hard drive, delete a video hard drive. Delete a video that's already on your hard drive. Follow the buy one, take one rule, or the buy one, more of like the download, delete rule. And then you want to schedule monthly or weekly maintenance. Go on your computer like every month and see if there's anything that needs to be deleted or rearranged. That's how you avoid decluttering in the first place, because the point of decluttering is for it to last a lifetime. You do have to have maintenance. After you declutter, you just can't delete everything and hope for the best, because you are always going to use that computer. You are always going to use your phone. It's really important to maintain it. Same thing like a toilet, right? You can clean a toilet once a week, twice a week, but as long as you use it, you still have to clean it, because it's always going to get dirty. You pee and you poop, it needs to be cleaned. It needs to be maintained. Same thing with your bedroom, it needs to be cleaned every so often. Your electronics needs to be cleaned every so often. And then also too, disinfect your phone and computer, my God. Disinfect it. There's bacteria on it. Clean your phone, disinfect your computer keyboard every so often. Once a week, twice a week, once a month. Disinfect it. It has bacteria on it. Okay? It does. This is officially the end of Unit 2, Section 4, right? Section 4, right? Thank you so much for watching this very extended video of how to declutter your phone and computer. If you have any questions, leave it down below and I will answer them very promptly. I love answering questions in the comments below. No matter how insane you may be, there is always someone out there to complete the insanity.